This is hard. So I had this goal, right? Originally, about 10 years ago, I started YouTube just for fun. I did it honestly for shits and giggles. I started reviewing diaper bags, and I somehow got notoriety from it. What started out as a joke catapulted me into this fascination of what if, right? What if I could replace my normal 9 to 5 with creating YouTube? And I hoped and I dreamed, and then one day I decided to quit. Within that 10-year journey, I kind of went off and on with a little bit of stuff here and there, and I could never really find my niche or what I'm trying to do. About a year ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to go hard, and I'm going to commit, and I'm going to really push YouTube. And as things started to grow, as things started to look really good. Still under 1,000 subscribers now, a year later, but my views and my reach have really started to go up. My click-through rate started to go up, and that's a lot of technical stuff, right? But I'm seeing the needle turn. But the one thing I didn't realize is just how hard this journey is. Let's talk about my journey to try to surpass 1,000 subscribers before I'm 40. Granted, that's literally in like 6 months. So I'm 39 now. I turn 40 in November. So if you're watching this before November of this year, of 2024, then I'm still 39. Yay, go me. But I've always been told that I've had a personality that's very, extrovert, very relatable, very, connectable, and I should do something about it, right? And I found myself in my personal job doing like leadership roles, and I don't like leadership roles. I don't like being in charge of everything like that, right? But I love being creative. Ever since the day I used to play in bands and music, to being a photographer, and now trying to start YouTube, right? This journey has catapulted me into like different situations. Like within this 10 years, I've been able to go to conferences. I've been able to work with national and global brands, even like lower mom and pop brands that I never thought I would be doing. And that's cool. But at the same time, like I find it sometimes it's hard. Like, check this out, right? Like, I bought all the books on how to be a better YouTuber, right? I've bought the books about how to be more creative. I've bought the books about how to make this a business. All that aside, all of these books are just guides. They're not even real guides. They're just, ways to help you as a creator find your path. And the one thing that I didn't realize was hard is just having to be focused on it. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I, have a work job. Fortunately, I get to work from home, which allows some schedule modifications as needed. But for the most part, like I work throughout the day, and then I spend time with my family in the afternoons. So by the time I actually get to create, it's late at night. I'm creating scripts, I'm drafting ideas, I'm writing stuff in my little notebook. I'm doing all these things, right? That's when I find out the grind is real. Like right now I'm doing it part-time. My goal is to do it full-time, and I know it's a whole lot of work. Like there's a whole bunch more stuff to do. But I don't think people really think about what it goes into being a content creator. One of the things that really kind of struck me, right, was, are you a content creator? Are you a content viewer? Or a watcher or an enjoyer? Like, what spectrum do you find yourself at? Are you the kind of person that's going to sit there on your phone and scroll through TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts for hours on end? Do you find yourself sitting there binge watching Netflix and, going through your entire season of My Hero Academia? If you're a person that has that drive and you want to create content, you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're not going to be able to binge watch that entire season. You might need to put the phone down. Those are just some of the things that you got to start thinking about. Then you also need to make sure that you're putting time with your family in the right places and being efficient with what you do. One of the craziest things, right, that I've experienced in this journey was randomly sitting down with a content creator who has almost a 3+ million YouTube subscriber count, and their views exceed far beyond 250,000 a video. We sat down in a plane together and we were talking about like YouTube, and I'm like, oh my God, I have such a small channel. Like, I don't know how we got into the conversation. But the craziest part was how they show me how they organize their stuff. You know how they did it? Now through all these books and notepads through this, through their phone. And they were using the Notes app on their phone. It was kind of insane. They managed schedules, they managed outlines, scripts, ideas, steps in the editing and all that. It was all done through this device. I had this realization that if this person can do it, and they say they started in their 40s, and now they have a huge channel, silver play buttons, a galore. If she could do it, then why can't I? And so it really made me question, like, okay, my choices. How much time I'm putting into it. What am I learning? Am I constantly learning and being creative? Am I practicing my skill set? And sometimes I'm not, and I realize that. So that's where I need to figure out how to break away and unfold from that. I know this is not my typical review video or anything like that. Like, you guys know me, right? I review tech. And the idea was I started this channel under the guise or the persona of photography, streaming, and tech, because those are the things that I'm passionate about. I don't get to stream that often, obviously, because of my schedule and my personal life, right? But I love the idea of streaming. Like, I have all the gear behind me, right? To be a streamer. I wish I could had time to stream more. I could use this. No, but I end up finding myself, not being able to use this because it's my bedroom, and I'm like downstairs on an iPad and creating all these like jerry-rig streaming setups because I need to have a mobile on the go spot, whether I'm streaming in my living room or in my garage, because I can't take this beautiful workstation with me. And part of it was creating a channel, creating videos and reviews to share you my journey on that. Photography. I wish I could be like the Manny Ortiz or the Fronos Photo or the Peter McKinnons, where I could take you on these exquisite photo journeys. But the problem with that, at least for me, is I'm kind of introverted too. So this persona that we built and that when I go in the real world, like, it's hard for me to introduce myself and get to know people, to even build up a repertoire of friends who would like to be photographed and I could make videos with, right? I wish I could find a collective of creators that lived in Southern California that I could go out and connect with. And I live in the mecca of creators and entertainers. Like, I live in Hollywood and all this, fancy, like, where everyone moves to try to become a creator or become an entertainer or an actor. You think it'd be easy, right? I think that's my introvertedness, or I need to get to know people. But hey, if you live in SoCal and you see this and you want to hang out, hit me up in the comments. But yeah, like, I started this channel with the goal to become someone like that. But I realized that, again, another thing that you don't realize as you're starting out, that when you are trying to build an audience and try to build that connection, for someone who creates educational content, it's easy to build content where people come in because they're looking for specific answers. They get those answers and then now they're done with you. They can move on, right? Versus those who build that long-lasting, parasocial relationship where you now come for the creator because you enjoy the creator. I would hope you enjoy me. Do you enjoy me? Leave a heart if you enjoy me in the comments. The point is, I think, and if I gauge my audience right, like, people want to see the real person behind the scenes, the person who's actually not just the creator and the stuff that they talk about, but not just the things that they want to review and to create, but the actual creator themselves. So hopefully this is that, because I definitely hope that honestly, my goal would be for this channel to grow and I could be your best unbiased resource for truth about products related to, whether it's photography or streaming or all the above. Like, if you scroll, right, let's go back to scrolling on TikTok. There are thousands, hundreds and thousands of people trying to live stream and sell stuff or try to get their bag, right, get their share of the pie. And there's also those who are really committed to trying to become like the next, ninja or the next, Hasman Gold, whatever. I'm probably mixing up two streamers. The next Pokemon. And they just need that help or guidance with tech stuff. Like, if I could make a service, I would totally be selling like one-on-one calls on how we could better, set up your streaming setup or your camera gear setup and all that. Like, that would be cool. Maybe in the future. I could offer services like that. My goal would be not necessarily the next MKBHD, but more like the Harris Hellers of the world, where I could kind of dabble in tech into stuff that I love, like Apple, computers and stuff like that, but at the same time, relate it back to those who are creating, whether it's streaming, whether it's photography, videography, or a mix of all between. That would be my goal. That's my end game. But yeah, just trying to cross that 1,000 subscriber like mark, the echelon. It's tough, and it's funny because like I appreciate the comments so much. Like you have no idea how much that drives me to create more. And I see people like, oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. You should. I'm surprised you don't have 50,000 subscribers already. I know. Sometimes like I'll get deep in my head where it's like I create a lot of. I put hard work into this, and I just don't see the views add up. And then I realize like with stuff like these books, that did I market it well? Did I get the thumbnail correct? Did I get the title correct? Did I click you in so you watch? But no, like those comments really, I do really do appreciate it. And honestly, I hope to be that 50,000 subscriber channel one day. I hope to be your 50,000 subscriber channel that you come to and you want to hang out and enjoy and watch these videos, and you'll learn from it, and you learn from the mistakes, because I'm almost 40. I've wasted my money on a lot of shit that I did not need. And if I could save you from wasting your money, especially right now when times are kind of tough, then I feel like my job's complete. If I'm able to help educate you to make a better decision on mine, because God only knows there's a lot of reviews and stuff I started with, I bought. I've been fortunate enough, right? Fortunate enough in the past like 5 weeks, I've actually had smaller companies reach out with different things like the near stream camera. I got a keyboard coming up, and I got a microphone coming up, so that's going to be cool. But like I'm starting to see that progress, and I guess I should be happy about it. But at the same time, I guess I'm putting myself at a higher expectation, and maybe it's just me, but I know it's a slow grind to get there. But yeah, no, it's tough. There's a lot of things like between time management, a mental capacity is the best way to put it, and emotion. Those things are definitely struggles for any newer creator. And it's easy to get lost in the sauce or the hype of, oh, I should be doing this. Oh, I should join this group, or, take this course. But at the end of the day, it's what you create and who you create it for, and how do you build that relationship with that person who watches it. Actually, I appreciate you if you made it this far while I'm kind of venting and talking, because I'm being real. And to be honest, I didn't plan this video. I just kind of hit record. So hopefully you enjoyed this and you got to know a little bit about me and what makes me tick and why I create. Like, I think I'm still trying to define who that perfect person that I'm trying to reach is, right? But at the same time, until I get there, I hope you guys enjoy the ride. I'm Joe, and if you want to catch one of my videos, check out this one. Where is it? Go check this one out. I think this is pretty cool. All right, peace.